The National Council for Civic Education, in collaboration with the Gambia Federation for Disabled, with funding from UNICEF and partners on the rights of persons with disabilities, on Tuesday continued its nationwide stakeholders sensitization on Persons with Disabilities Act 2021. The Persons with Disabilities Act is designed to have people with disabilities become viable and sovereign citizens. It is also very much in line with the 1997 Constitution of the Gambia, which provides for the protection and rights of persons with disabilities. Speaking at the event, the chairman of the National Council for Civic Education, Alhaji Serin Fai, expands on some of the provisions of the Act.
The PWD Act is designed to have people with disabilities become viable and sovereign citizens. It is also very much in line with the 1997 Constitution of the Gambia, which provides for protection the rights of persons with disabilities. These provisions also include, if you look at Section 31 of the 1997 Constitution, which states, among other things, the right of disabled and handicapped to be respected and human dignity shall be recognized by the state and society. Disabled persons shall be entitled to protection against exploitation and to protect them against discrimination, in particular as regards access to health services, education, and employment.
On behalf of the Minister of Gender, Children and Social Welfare, Mr. Seni Kamara said the Sensitization and Popularization of the Persons with Disabilities Act 2021 is timely.
The theme for discourse of this statement is the role of authorities and in ensuring inclusion of persons with disabilities, which is apt and timely. The recent validated Persons with Disability Policy and Strategic Work Plan that is subsidiary to the Persons with Disabilities Act 2021 is in line with the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, CRPD.
On behalf of the Solicitor General and Legal Secretary, Ms. Renita Arjek said that persons with disabilities should be encouraged.
Persons with disability should be encouraged and included by all government sectors and authorities, including the community, by accepting their differences and disability as part of humanity and human diversity. These individuals should be treated with dignity and given equal opportunities by eliminating all forms of discrimination against them. The Gambia government is committed to ensuring that the Act is implemented by making sure the authorities promote positivity towards persons with disability as they are capable of contributing towards the development of society.
The UNICEF representative says his institution is pleased to support dialogue on the role of stakeholders in ensuring inclusion of persons with disabilities.
UNICEF is pleased to support this dialogue on the role of stakeholders in ensuring the inclusion of persons with disabilities, which we see as a key step in the popularization of the Disabilities Act and ultimately in the domestication of the Convention of the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, which the Gambia ratified 7 years ago.
The chairman of the National Advisory Council of Persons with Disabilities, Magistrate Mohamed Kurubali, thanked the National Council for Civic Education for coming up with such a disabilities inclusion event.
We wholeheartedly thank National Council for Civic Education for coming up with this disability inclusion to let people know the existing fundamental rights and freedoms of persons with disabilities, and by extension to know that nobody should be inclined to infringe or violate the existing fundamental rights of persons with disabilities, which are inalienable, independent, universal, and indivisible.
The Gambia is part of the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. Until recently, The country did not adopt any domestic legislative mechanism to give effect to the country's human rights obligations arising from the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, which it ratified in July 2015. Following years of relentless advocacy involving a variety of parties, including persons with disabilities, CSOs and other stakeholders, the Gambia has enacted the Persons with Disabilities Act 2021, the first comprehensive legislation on disability rights in the Gambia. The objective of the Act is to protect, promote, and uphold the inherent rights of persons with disabilities as guaranteed in the UN and Section 31, subsection 1, 2, and 3 of the 1997 Constitution of the Gambia. Reporting for Kerr, Fatou, I am Buba Gajego.